Russell, by any chance, a year ago when Wisconsin beat Indiana 83-20, did you hear about that score? Did you have any initial reaction? And have you ever been on a football team that scored 83?
Not since high school, I don't think. But yeah, I was aware of the score and everything. I saw it, on the bottom roll out, and I pay attention to college football. But it's a new year, and it's a new opportunity for us and them, and so we have to come out prepared and have a great game.
So I don't know if you were in the back when Brett was asked about guys being patted on the back all week about how well they're playing, their ranking and that. Do you have any concerns being inside the locker room that anyone's going to start coasting at all at any point?
No, not at all. I think that in terms of the players that we have on this team, we have a lot of leaders on this team, from seniors to juniors to sophomores and freshmen. I think that the work ethic is there. Coach Bielema is not going to allow us to coast, and the captains aren't going to allow us to coast. So, our mindset is to get better every day and just to push ourselves to try to be the best that we can be, on a daily basis.
Back. Looking ahead to Indiana, what aspects of their defense are getting your attention in the film room?
They can fly around pretty good there, obviously, and so it's going to be a great game. They do a lot of different things on defense, and so we have to get in the film room, see some things that they do well, and see some of their weaknesses, and just grow from it and understand that, how we can capitalize, come game day.
So what's your view of the third down conversion success rate in the 60s of this team? I mean, they've been traditionally good, but this is, kind of new territory.
As an offense and playing quarterback, I think there's a couple things that are really important. And obviously, not turning the ball over. Capitalizing on game-altering plays. If I say our defense gets a turnover, and we want to capitalize and score a touchdown. I think being in the red zone is really important. Third down. And so my mindset on third down is, we have an opportunity to get the first down, whatever it is. If it's, some guy making a big-time catch, running back running on 3rd and 1, or if it's, I have to run for the first down, we have to get it every single time. And that's our mindset, and that's what we talk about in practice. And I make sure that everybody's on the same page in the huddle, and understanding that no matter what happened on first down, no matter what happened on second down, this is a must first down right here.
Russell, you've been notorious for putting in a ton of hours watching film and always being in the zone, so to speak. I'm curious, with the bye week last week, how you approached it. Obviously, you wanted to get some advanced work on this week, but did you allow yourself to unplug a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. With the bye week, I definitely allowed myself to unplug a little bit. Went to Chicago, I saw my brother, but other than that, I just I watched the first 5 games that we played, and just try to figure out what I did well, what I could have done better, and try to grow from that. And in terms of our offense, how I can help our offense out even better. And so that's the type of thing that I did in terms of the film. And then obviously I watched some Indiana and just try to get a basis of understanding of what they do on defense.
Can you tell us what your reaction was when the guy sitting next to you started talking about WrestleMania 16 and the Twitter and Facebook and all that stuff?
It's a blessing, to be in that type of company with, some other players that are being mentioned for the Heisman Trophy. It's definitely an honor. It's definitely something that, in terms of as a college football player, you want to be. In my opinion, I always try to be the best that I can be, and I'm trying to be the best quarterback in college football. And so, but in terms of my mindset, I don't focus on that kind of stuff. I'm not a big social media type person or anything like that, but it's the type of thing where my focus is on the football field. My focus is in the classroom and in the community, and just doing the right thing, whenever I get an opportunity.
When you go into a game, Russell, do you have a pretty good idea if you guys are going to feature the run or the pass based on the game plan, or are you guys really just adjusting to what the defense gives you?
I think a little bit of both. I think that, as an offense, you have an idea of, what you can capitalize on, when you're watching film, throughout the week, and the defense's strengths and weaknesses, but at the same time, throughout a game and playing quarterback, you really have to be able to adjust, throughout the game. And I think that's really important. I think that with our leadership that we have on offense, and with the experience that we have from the receiver position, from the running back position, tight ends, and obviously the offensive line, definitely helps to really understand, what's going on out in the field.
You mentioned that you watched the first 5 games. What areas of improvement did you see, or that you want to target specifically after watching those games?
In terms of areas of improvement, just little things, and just to make the game flow even better than it already is. And I think that as a quarterback, you really have to be extremely critical of yourself all the time. And so I'm always doing that, and that's how I've improved throughout the years. And so I think that in terms of offensively, there's a couple times that we had a couple penalties here and there, or maybe a missed throw, whether it was me thinking that the receiver was going to do something else, the tight end thinking he was going to do something else, or whatever it is. Just small little adjustments here and there that if instead of a guy getting tackled on the 2-yard line, for example, maybe I did something wrong, or maybe the receiver did something wrong, and just trying to get together and just trying to understand how we can get better and capitalize on opportunities each and every play.
Kind of back to the beating team with the run or the pass and tying it into third down. Do you remember the third down play against Nebraska where you had Aberdaris for the touchdown?
Yes, sir.
Where you faked the toss to Monty. How much of the play action has aided you guys on third down? Because they basically, their whole defense shifted when you try to pitch it or fake the pitch to Monty.
Well, I think it all starts with offensive line. Their ability to run block extremely well, and when you have Monty and James in the backfield, it definitely helps. And so that's something that we work on a daily basis in terms of play action fakes and really selling the fake and making sure it looks just like the run. And then when you have guys out in the flank that can really attack the ball, Jared did a great job of attacking the ball and getting behind the defense, and had to put it where only he could catch it, and he came with a big time catch. And I believe that that mindset of being great, of excelling on a daily basis, and striving for greatness is something that is instilled in every single player that we have on offense.
Can you explain, Russell, how the run-pass option works for you? I mean, do you have options on most plays coming to the line of scrimmage, run or pass, and then you're making that decision at the line?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of audibly, yeah, there's definitely some times where I change the play or change it to a different side. Or, if we want to run it to the left, it's not going to work to the left. I may run it to the right, or if we have a run play on, especially on certain downs and distances, if I see something that we can capitalize on in terms of the defense and what they're doing, we may check it to a pass play. So I think that Coach Chris trusting in me to making sure that I make the right call is something that we're continuing to grow on, and that's a positive thing for our football team that we can do that.
As somebody who was recently playing professional baseball, I wondered if some of that downtime this week included watching baseball, and have you jumped on the Brewers bandwagon yet?
Well, I'm still affiliated with the Rockies, so technically I'm not really supposed to jump on the bandwagon of the Brewers. But I did watch the game. It's pretty exciting, obviously being here in Wisconsin, all the teams are doing great. You got the Packers, you got the Brewers, and then us. So it's pretty fun to watch, and just go into a restaurant or wherever it is. People are so excited to see the Brewers, and so it's pretty awesome seeing some of those guys. I've met Prince Fielder before, so it's pretty funny seeing him and stuff. So he probably doesn't remember me, but no, it's exciting, and yeah, I watch some of the games. Mostly I watch football. I was kind of just watching football pretty much all Saturday for the most part.